Hello and welcome back to the battlefield. And here we are on the 13th century battlefield of the Battle of the Bouvines. I believe, I'm probably saying it wrong, but that's what it looks like when you look at it. This battle took place in 1214, and it is between the French king of Philip Augustus versus the Holy Roman Empire and a coalition of kind of duchies and counties and England. Actually, it involves French, so of course it involves England. England was also involved in this. The King of England at the time was King John, and yes, it is that King John, the younger brother of Richard I of England, who took over after Richard was killed in France. So this was basically a battle over Philip Augustus of France had conquered some territories, and the Holy Roman Empire was not very happy about it, and of course the English hate France, so they were like, oh, you don't like it? We'll help you out with it. And so they just got all these people together to fight against France, and it was a pretty awesome, huge battle. Historically, the French had about 7,000 men on their side, and the coalition had about 9,000, on their side. On the battlefield today, we've got a 4 versus 4 with 10,000 men on either side of the battlefield. Now, this battle was sent in by Sachax, and he is playing the County of Flanders, which is the yellow, these yellow ones over here. All the blue flags are the other players, but since he's the one who sent it in, that's the yellow player here. So we've got, for the coalition, we've got the County of Flanders, the Duchy of Brabant, I think is how you say it. Then, of course, you have the Holy Roman Empire, and finally, the Kingdom of England. Now, on the other side of the battlefield, we have got mostly France. We have 3 French armies and 1 county or Duchy of Burgundy, which is all the way over here, I think. Maybe not. So you can see the French side actually kind of giving up a little bit of room here. Looks like they want the coalition to be the engagers here, which historically the coalition are the ones that engaged the French. So really all we've seen kind of early on is just some range play between the crossbows and the archers and so on and so forth. Got some crossbows here from Brabant. I get Brabant and Flanders mixed up because they're like the same thing but opposite colors on their flags. Brabant is the golden lion on the black flag, while Flanders is the black lion on the yellow flag. It looks to me like the French side here is just trying to readjust their lines a little bit. Did have a unit break here from the French. Some arbalisters gone. That's not good. They need those. Some chevaliers. So we are, if you don't know, we are playing or watching the Attilla mod 1212 AD, and man, it just looks fantastic. Every time I look at this mod, I'm like, gosh, this is just so beautiful. Just the kind of attention to detail that went into the factions and the armor. It just is it's phenomenal. So, a little bit of a lull, but looks like the center line of the coalition is moving forward. Looks like they're trying to get back into crossbow range here. Crossbow range, 140. Same for the other side, yes. So, I mean, you got crossbow sergeants. Pretty sure they are pretty much the same unit. I turned off projectile trails because the projectile trails, ever since Rome 2, the projectile trails in the Total War series have gotten projectively worse. Just worse and worse and worse. Ooh, got a cav charge. Are they going to go for it? They're going to try and get these archers, but they're pulling off. The archers were getting back to the spear wall just in time, and some Brabantian knights coming to assist and kind of scare them off a little bit. Looks like they're going to pull back. Sergeants au cheval. Actually, they looked like they were going to try and go for a last-minute charge. Some good cap play. Look at that. The Sergeants au cheval turning around and actually catching the knights as they tried to disengage. Nice move. Good cap play, both sides. Arbalisters look like once again they're going to try and move forward and engage. Shooting over here at the, I believe, just the archers for the Holy Roman Empire. Now on the front line here, you've got some long spears, urban spear militia, but they're going to get engaged by a walking dismounted chevalier. Oh, and the cav charges in. And here comes the allied cav, the coalition Brabantian knights. More cav moving over here. Actually, a coalition cav breaking. Some mounted sergeants there breaking. Mounted sergeants, you say. A lot of cav over this way. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units of cavalry for the coalition, as well as some pikemen and some shock infantry. And then on the other side for the French, we have got 3 units of cavalry and 2 shock infantry. Axe sergeants. Look at those axes. Looks like they're just kind of staring at each other. Maybe get some archer fire over on the crossbows or pikes. Some cav actually shifting over towards the center of the line. On the far side, the English and the French not really getting into it. Same thing with the Holy Roman Empire. Looks like they're, content to go with a ranged fight for now. But on this right center is honestly really the only place that's really heavily engaged. Crossbow sergeants are literally sat right in front of this long spear militia, just shooting them in the face. But I think the urban spear militia is going to try and engage the crossbows. Long spear's like, but they're right there. But they're just out of our reach. I can't get to them. Get a charge from the county of Flanders. Big engagement here between the pole arm of some sort and the dismounted French chevaliers going up against dismounted knights, which I believe is dismounted knights, and spear sergeants. So the pole arms are going to have the reach on that. And then here the dismounted knights, or the dismounted French chevaliers, not really engaged. I wonder if maybe a little bit of a misclick there. Crossbow sergeants, I think, going to do the same thing, just shoot into the front of this dismounted knight unit. Spear sergeants and some Brabanzonen spearmen. Probably butchered that. Ooh, the crossbow sergeants might have a really nice shot over into the back of the French line over there. There's some Burgundian sergeants that would be a pretty good place to shoot. Some chevaliers coming to assist. Maybe going to go through the gap. Oh, they're not going to go through that because they're just going to hit the back of the Brabantian knights. Actually getting a really good back or kind of side charge into that unit. lines here for the coalition getting a little messy. Got the shot infantry for the what are these guys? Hold on, let me find. Urban Grodendag Militia. And they're carrying like literally just a gigantic spike. Look at that spike on the end of that weapon there. Got a little bit of an issue here. Look at this. French cav and Burgundian cav getting a little bit into the back lines. See the pole arms trying to adjust for it. Coalition cav trying to go in and kind of force them off, and looks like they broke one of the Chevaliers. Then French Knights getting into Holy Roman Empire archers. Oh, they got some good kills there. One archer unit seems to be pretty banged up after that, a little under half. Kingdom of England just kind of chilling, just waiting. Look at the English foot knights. They look awesome. Now, sergeants, looks like the Holy Roman Empire wants to get into combat here. The entire Holy Roman Empire army just went forward, get a charge from the French Chevaliers. Oh my God, Shot Cav is so good in this game. Oh my, look at the kills. Oh, I don't believe the line had stopped and fully braced. And so this sergeant unit just got annihilated. And there's some gaps here for the French army to maybe get through if they wanted. Maybe get, looks like the Holy Roman Empire Imperial Ritters charging the French Chevaliers. Looks like they did get a countercharge though from France. And here we go, look at this, England, full attack. Pedal to the metal, so starting off with some mercenary Welsh spearmen. A couple units of that, looks like, and then coming in some more Welsh. Then foot knights in the back here. They are being looked at by some sergeant d'armes, sergeants, and dismounted French chevaliers. It looks like the archers actually focusing down on the pole arms back in the back. All right, now towards the center and middle, the battle is still thick and heavy. Some of the Brabantian militia here, some of the shock infantry, seems to be wavering. Brabantian knights doing all right so far. Dismounted chevaliers carrying it. Look at that, one of them 82 or 85, I think it was. The Duke of Brabant, so the general trying to come in and offer some support for his men. Gotta get some good screenshots there. Hard to do when they're in movement. Oh no, all right. The Duke of Burgundy is through the lines into the archers of Brabant. But let's see, the Count of Flanders maybe trying to come and help. Getting a charge on the back of one of the Guissamiers. I don't know. It's French. I don't speak French, I'm sorry. Looks to me like Flanders is gaining an upper hand on the far right here. Getting a little bit of a, wraparound of the French army here. You can see some wavering happening in the center. Look at the line in the center. It's basically just disappeared. You can see basically it's come down to the generals on either side offering as much support and assistance as they can. Got some knights here from Flanders, it looks like, and they should probably get out of that combat now. Then on the right here, you've got a pretty good fight here now between the Allied forces and France. Got a general here. Ah, one of the French generals is in the back lines pursuing the Holy Roman Empire general. And the Holy Roman Emperor is not looking so hot. Axe Sergeant actually getting in through the back lines into, I believe this sergeant unit was broken, but I think it came back. This side, I think the County of Flanders is about to get wrapped around here. Especially if some of these units from the center break. This Knight unit from Flanders is not looking so hot. It's in a situation it really doesn't want to be in. Get a charge here from the French Chevaliers. Flanders is fighting hard, putting up a good fight. Especially, man, this entire thing is kind of just shifting either way. Get a look at you could see the line of battle here. I think Flanders is going to pull this out on this side. Baker's Guild Pikemen. Couple cav units here. Big cav fight. But then it looks to me like France is starting to loop around the Holy Roman Empire. So the question is going to be, can the Holy Roman Empire and England hold out long enough for the County of Flanders to come assist them? This side looks like it is going pretty well for the English. Look at this massive mosh pit. In the center there, you have some sort of French units. French Chevaliers, some of their pike units. Another Chevalier unit. And it looks like the French are going to try and disengage and kind of preserve their army here for a little bit. They've won the center. They've pretty much annihilated the Holy Roman Empire and won in the Duchy of Brabant. But now you still have the English and the County of Flanders to deal with. So you can see the French leftover infantry trying to get hooked up with the rest of its army. Now the question is, can they make it there while being, harassed by the cavalry from the County of Flanders? So you can see the County of Flanders is adjusting his troops. He's beginning to work his way to the other side of the battlefield. They are exhausted. The Burgundian troops here. Is this all Burgundian? Yeah, it is. So this is the leftover units from the Burgundian army. Then England over here cleaning up some of the flank over here, and then probably going to try and set up his army. They could work this some way in their favor by, sticking the last vestiges of the French army between England and the County of Flanders on the other side. So in a way, they could make this work out really well for them. Let's see, what are the balance? Oh my gosh, look at this. There's a 700-man difference between the Allies, which is the coalition side, and the enemy, which is the French side. So, literally, basically just an exact 700-man account. But maybe if the French turn and just try to fully annihilate the English here, maybe they can finish off the English with enough time to turn around and take on the County of Flanders. The question I think there is going to be the Burgundian troops over here are exhausted. They are tired from marching all the way across actually, they're still back here. So, you know, maybe there's a case to be made of the Burgundians turning around to slow down Flanders. Oh. Okay, so they were able to brace a little bit from that, but they unfortunately was just the unit was too small to be able to take the brunt of that charge. You can see the Burgundian troops are very depleted. Duke's bodyguard is he still alive? He is. You can see there he is, right there, the Duke of Burgundy. He's probably not going to survive much longer with his unit in that condition. Over here you got the Roi of France, which is the King of France. Axe sergeants moving forward. Now they are going to be taken on by other axe sergeants and some English foot knights. So that one's probably going to lose up there. Although the English side did not get a charge, so never mind. They did not countercharge. Really needed a countercharge there if you were England. That's actually a really big oof. All right, the French cavalry getting around behind the English knights, trying to turn and kind of guard this flank here, but I'm not sure how well that's going to go. French chevaliers charging and getting countercharged by English knights. Some of the archers getting hit as well, Welsh longbowmen. Poor guys didn't even want to fight. And I believe the Burgundians are gone. I think we've seen the last of the Burgundians here. I don't see any of their units left. So it is just the French themselves, the French armies here. And I believe the English are about out of this as well, especially if the axe sergeants here actually get a good charge. 380 kills on this unit, and they will get a good charge. Look at the numbers just skyrocket. 397, 98. Then another unit coming in. Once again, they got to finish off the English here. They need to finish off the English so they can turn and fully focus on the County of Flanders. Some of the Flanders cavalry getting into some archers that were not able to get out of the way. Although maybe they might have been out of ammo, because another one up there also, well, or no, that's an allied unit, excuse me. All right, so we'll see how they play this. England, I think once the English knight and the longbow are gone, I believe England is out of this. Ooh. This music gets you pumped up. All right, so now the French look like they're going to get an opportunity to reset up. Flanders doesn't seem to be super interested in engaging. These crossbows do still have ammunition. And it looks like they're supposed to be firing. There they go. Now the French, the issue that they have got is that they don't really have enough archers to take a fight here. So their best bet is they're going to have to try and get into combat. What? A unit of... Okay, never mind. So 47 French chevaliers are gone. The French king still alive, it looks like. All right, I think this could be the make it or break it moment. If the crossbows are able to do enough damage here, they could win the fight right then and there. Look at that, another infantry unit gone, 52 men. If I was the crossbows, I'm focusing right here on the axe sergeants. 436 kills. Looks like Flanders doesn't want to engage, or maybe he's just pulling the crossbows back specifically. He does still have some cav left over here as well. Bounce power is slightly in favor of Flanders. Looks like he has about 600 men more. We're showing numbers dropping, but I'm not sure they're engaged. Maybe the archers was firing at something. Alright, so pole arms engaging on the right of the Flanders army. Spear sergeants. Center of the army is being held by the pikemen, supported by some dismounted knights. Knights charging forward into the French chevaliers. I think I'm going to call it. I think Flanders has this one. I think he's got all the tools that he needs. He's got his crossbows, he's got his cavalry, and he does have enough infantry to do this. So I think that's going to be my bet here. I think Flanders pulls this off. General is still alive for Flanders as well. 132 kills, 181 on some cav, 205. Cav moving in. Front line is engaged, but the axe sergeant, oh, good charge. The axe sergeants, oh, did they just break? Oh, they just shattered. Oh, army loss is kicking in, and I think that's it. All right, so historically, this battle, the French actually win this battle. They weren't supposed to. They were down 2,000 men, and if I remember correctly, were caught in a bad position. But Philip Augustus, the King of France, was able to pull this out. Not only was he able to pull this battle out, he also sent the Holy Roman Emperor, Emperor Otto, was sent home in disgrace, fleeing the battlefield. But in this battle, that is not the way it works out. It looks like the coalition pulls this one off. All right, let's look at how everybody did here. So first off, we've got Sachax playing the County of Flanders. His cavalry did pretty good there. Look at the crossbows. 253, 266, 260, 235, 416 on the cavalry. And we've got Sir Andrew William as the Holy Roman Empire with unfortunately it doesn't give you all of them put together. Looks like he's the one who unfortunately had the biggest issue. Really not doing some of the stuff not doing too great. He got 131 on the Imperial Ritters and 114 on the Axe Sergeants. Then we've got the Duchy of Brabant here. Once again, not having a great day. 248 though on the crossbow sergeants. His infantry did pretty good. His cavalry 125, 111. Then finally, Vango as the Kingdom of England. Longbows, pretty solid, 157. 142 on the English Knights. Axe Sergeants, 186, 177. Now for the French, we've got Hiller here as the Duchy of Burgundy. He, I think, had a little bit of problems with that right flank there. 123 on the crossbow sergeants. Sergeants did all right. Cavalry 140, 137. Somersault Cloud as one of the French armies. 373 on his general. 225 on the arbalisters. His cavalry 384 on the French chevaliers. Greek, that's what I'm going to call you. Sorry, is another French army here. 116, 308, and 445 on the axe sergeants. 317 on his general. 135, 221, 218, 176 on his cavalry. Then we've got Premizel as the final French army. I think he was the left side that was fighting against England. Did not have a great time against England. England really just kind of bum rushed him, and it went the way that it went. But that is going to be it for today's battle. Thank you guys so much for joining for another 12-12 battle. If you guys are new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. But we will see you guys next time.